Hello everyone, it is Mike here and welcome to another Tournament Rumble. We got a great one here for you tonight. It is going to be Nova Wraith versus Christopher. And I've talked about Nova Wraith's team. Has one of the best teams in this tournament coming in. So Christopher is going to have definitely an uphill battle. And we're kicking things off with Big Daddy. I hate the generic entrances, but I can't go through them all and change them. I know people have said, why the generic ones? It's not on me. I can't go through every single one of these. We wouldn't have enough time. But anyway, it looks like we have a really good one here, though. At number 2, we're going to see who it is. It's all going to be the horror genre. Everybody is. So it's going to be a really interesting matchup between Christopher and Nova Wraith. And like I said, Nova has one of the best teams. It's taking like a lifetime for number 2 to even show themselves. So I have no idea who number 2 is. But this is going to be a great night tonight, and we are already on the 5th one. And it is Count Dracula. I like that attire. I like that entrance attire. Pretty cool. And Count Dracula versus Big Daddy. And Nova Wraith has tons of super heavyweights. He has tons of super heavyweights. I think he has one of the best teams in the tournament. But you never know. You never know. So we'll see what happens. Team Christopher versus Team Nova Wraith. As they're eliminated, I will tell you what team they're a part of. 15 versus 15. You got Big Daddy and Dracula. And number 3 is Art the Clown. So another big member of that Nova Wraith team. 2 big members have already came out. So I don't know which one Dracula's on, but I remember looking at Wraith's team. It was just like, he had like 5 in a row that were just almost unbeatable. And this is actually my second time attempting this. I did make a mistake the first time about 15 minutes in. So I put the wrong person in. So yeah, I'm a little bit exhausted. And that's always a heartbreaker when you miss somebody and you put the wrong person in. But yeah, number 4 is going to be Black Phillip. Black Phillip at number 4 from The Witch. Everyone's favorite goat. And Black Phillip eliminates Count Dracula. So that's the first one gone. Trying to find which team. And number 5 is Miles Upshur, which is a really good one, actually. Let me see. I had already marked some of these out because of the whole situation. Oh, yeah, it's going to be Team Christopher for Dracula. You got Black Phillip and Big Daddy. And number 6 is Evil Ash. So it looks like a rough start for Nova Wraith. Rough start. I mean, Miles is part of Team Christopher, so it's not too bad yet. But you have to think about it. Sometimes 2K doesn't always favor people. That's for sure. But, yeah. Christopher, one of his best people is Miles Upshur. He's got another really good one. His team's not terrible compared to some of the other teams we've seen. But Nova Wraith definitely has a superior team. And number 7 is Bendy. And Bendy in the Ink Machine. I don't know anything about this character. They said it's like a lot of puzzle and horror game type of deal. And I don't know a lot about him, though. 8 is Freddie. So we got Freddie at number 8. The one, the only. And definitely can cause some problems. I think out of the first 8, Christopher only has 2. Out of the first 8. So I think that's right. I'm not 100% on that, but yeah, that's crazy. But I'm telling you, Nova Wraith still has a crazy team. And Art's trying to get rid of Big Daddy. And Black Phillip, let's see if Black Phillip will help. No, he's just going to stare at him. Because Black Phillip's a jerk. He is. He's just an absolute tool. And the Hitchhiker is number 9. Probably one of Christopher's weakest people, for sure. And one of the most annoying people of all time. You know, I did something that I shouldn't have done. I let my mom watch. You know, I tried to introduce my mom to Texas Chainsaw, which was a big mistake. And so she started watching that with me. And now looking back at it, I was like, what was I thinking? But she didn't even meet Leatherface. She was done when the Hitchhiker cut the guy in the wheelchair. She was finished. That was the moment she was finished. So it had nothing to do with Leatherface. And I can't even imagine, because it only gets worse. And I don't know what I was thinking of at the time. I was trying to show her this piece of cinema that's just perfect. But, yeah, what was I thinking? It's like, even if she would have got through the Hitchhiker part, it would have been worse later on. So I don't know what goal I had in mind, but I guess I wanted to just show her how crazy the movie is. And it still makes a lot of people sick, that movie does. That movie is super disgusting. And Black Phillip and Evil Ash duking it out. You gotta watch Black Phillip and his horns. They can be deadly. They can be extremely fatal. And the Hitchhiker saves himself. Wow. Did not expect that. So we'll see. I mean, overall doesn't always matter. I mean, they could really come through. We've had it happen before. It's, it's not as likely, but it's happened. So the Hitchhiker just hanging in there. He's not a good character. He's like one of my least favorite parts of that movie, except for when he dies, which is the best part of one of the best parts of the movie. One of the best kills in the movie. It just looks so brutal how they shot that shot in that movie. I mean, there's so many good kills in Texas Chainsaw. And Art the Clown Bendy's trying. We have a full ring. Somebody's got to leave before we get another person in. And Black Phillip in trouble, and he's still hanging in there. Good counter. Saves himself. And look at the Hitchhiker. Oh, come on, really? That is unpredictable. The Big Daddy's been eliminated by the Hitchhiker. That was not supposed to happen at all. And that is a shocking elimination and a loss for Nova Wraith. He literally just lost one of his best people. And it looks like there was another loss while I was looking down. And we'll see who that... Well, no. I thought there was. Oh, yeah, there was. Evil Ash. So that's going to be a loss for Nova. And Art the Clown eliminates Bendy, a loss for Nova. So yeah, unfortunately I had to redo this one because I put the wrong guy in one position. And I got about to probably 18. And I saw how dominant the Nova Wraith team was. But Christopher still had quite a few people left. So It's just, I hate when that happens, and it's hard to make mistakes, but when you're not paying attention and you put the wrong Jack in, that's what I did, because Jack Torrance is in this, and I put the wrong Jack in. That's what I did, because I wasn't paying attention. So I had to basically redo it. Not completely, but halfway, which really stinks. And what is even worse is when you're looking for someone and they're not on the list because they're not supposed to be. And then you start looking at the list and going crazy and just losing it. Because you're like, oh, I messed this up and now I got to redo it all over again. And Freddie's going to be a loss for Nova. Christopher definitely has had some luck here going into this one. He has lost one person, and he has a couple in right now. But, yeah, Nova's had a lot more in. And number 12 is the Clown from Dead by Daylight. I've never played that game before. And Black Phillip going after Art here. And Art is done, so that's another loss for Nova. And he's losing some really good ones. That's one of the problems he seems to be having, is he's losing some really good ones early into this. But it's far from over. And number 13 is Negan. Negan coming in at number 13 from The Walking Dead. We also got R.J. McReady here. And Black Phillip. Yeah, I would like to see him get speared like he speared that guy in that. That's one of the best kills ever, I think, in a horror movie. Black Phillip kill is one of the best ever. And 14 is the Keeper. I would say that the Keeper and Miles Upshur are Christopher's best guys. So they're already in this. But they can go the distance. And they were going the distance in the one I was doing. And Dexter Morgan at number 15. I'm going to say it like John Lithgow. Dexter Morgan. That's how he says Dexter. And Miles Upshur here. And Negan's still in it. Got a lot of great talent in here. And like I said, Nova Wraith has a super team. It's like, at one point he had like 5 in a row. And like 4 out of 5 were super heavyweights. Just to show you how deadly that team was. And yeah, Christopher's got some good guys too. So we'll see what happens. And Dexter's still in this. I was surprised by the Hitchhiker elimination. Definitely being the biggest shocker that probably is going to be in the whole entire thing, because you can't get any crazier than that. And that just goes to show that, you know, the super heavyweight used to be more important than it is now. Now it's not as effective. It used to be so effective that it was almost like a cheat code. And now it's not like a cheat code. It's kind of the other way. Well, not the other way around. It still has some advantages. But, yeah. You've seen what it can do. And look here. RJ. A good dodge there by the Clown. And there goes Miles Upshur. So a loss for Christopher. He didn't do really good this time. And the Keeper with an elimination there. I think that was Alan Wake. Dexter's done also. Yeah, it was Alan Wake. Looks like John Wick, but Alan Wake and Dexter. eliminated. Both a loss for Christopher. So just like that, it's catching up to Christopher. And I think they're about at a tie right now. I'm not 100% on that. I may have missed one, but it looks like it's about a tie right now. So we'll see what happens. And this is a horror genre one. Very competitive. We've seen some really good teams in this tournament. We've seen some really bad ones. And we got RJ McReady going after Black Phillip here. And Black Phillip may be in trouble. And number 16 is Ghostface. And the Clown is done. So Christopher lost one of his best guys. That's another really good one on his team, is that Clown. So just like that, I think Nova Wraith took the lead by 1. Black Phillip's definitely the one to beat. And 17's Victor Crowley. Oh, wow. Another one on Nova's team that can really destroy, really eat. And we'll see what he can do. And Negan just took a knuckle sandwich. And RJ, Black Phillip going after him. And we got the Keeper versus Ghostface. And Black Phillip with the elimination there. And that's going to be a loss for Nova. So now it's looking like a tie. And they are trying to throw out the Keeper. That would be big. And now we got Foxy here. Now the Keeper's going to be tough. I love this creation. I love how they did the, it looks like they used the paper bag. And that's awesome how they used that. And of course we got Norton on my computer screen telling me about antivirus. I don't care, Norton. You are a bum. I do not care. I don't care what you have to say, Norton. I appreciate that you're protecting me, but you don't have to tell me every second. And number 19 is Michael Myers. So Myers in the house now. We got Foxy, Myers, all kinds of good ones. And if you love the horror genre, you're just in for a treat here. And Myers going after Crowley. Black Phillip continues his wrath. And Negan's been eliminated. That's going to be a loss for Christopher. And number 20 is James Sunderland from Silent Hill. Kind of looks like Leon a little bit, at least in this creation it does. And Foxy stays in. Black Phillip's in trouble. Sunderland trying to go after the GOAT. Can he take him out? He's going to need some help or something. I don't know. Maybe he can get him here. They really need that GOAT out of the picture. They really do. Number 21 is Pinhead. Pinhead at 21. And once again, we got a full house. Another full house here. And it has been crazy. And Foxy going after the keeper. Oh my goodness, Myers getting tossed around. And we got Crowley versus and Foxy still in it. And Foxy yet again hanging on. Looks like Foxy's still alive, but not in a great position twice already. And it's the Fox versus the Goat. And we'll see what happens here. The Fox versus the Goat. Can someone take down Black Phillip? And Pinhead's had enough too. They've both had enough of him. And finally he's done. And so is James Sunderland. It's going to be a loss for both teams. So loss for both teams there. And 22 is William Afton. And wow, Pinhead may have saved Foxy there. And William Afton is here. Five Nights at Freddy's. William Afton. And Pinhead going after Foxy, but look at Foxy go. Oh, wow. I mean, Pinhead did save him. It's just so weird how those kids became animatronics and stuff. That is so creepy. I can't wait for... Matthew Lillard, he played William Afton, and I really can't wait to see what else they're going to do with that lore in the sequel, because you know Jason Blum, I almost called him Jason Plum. Jason Blum, he loves making money. He loves money. So they're definitely already doing a sequel. And they said they're going to keep the movies PG-13, which I kind of get that. Usually I'm not for that, but I kind of get it because it is kind of like a teenager more than an adult lore and horror genre book. So, and number 24 is Malachi, the leader of Children of the Corn. Oh man, I do not like corn, Malachi. Will you kill me for that? You don't have to worry about me going to a cornfield because I don't like corn. I like popcorn, but I don't like corn. So, I like Malachi though. He's a great villain. I like Children of the Corn. That's a pretty good movie. I haven't seen it in a while. I've only seen it about once, but it's pretty crazy. And yeah, he didn't last long at all. He tried to charge Victor Crowley. That's a big mistake. That's going to be a loss for Nova Wraith. And number 25 is the Cyclops. So another super heavyweight for Nova. He's got a lot of high overalls too, but you know, it's still pretty close. Yeah, it's very close. This matchup is. So we'll see what happens. Both teams still have some people left. And Foxy takes down Pinhead, and that's why you don't save people in the Rumble. Pinhead did a good deed and he got punished for it. So, no good deed goes unpunished. That's my saying. That's a terrible saying, but it's true. And so Pinhead is done. Number 26 is the Collector. So the Collector at 26. And I like the Collector, and I think we're going to get a third movie, which I'm very excited for. I love the Collector. So that's going to be really cool. It took them forever. I mean, they talked about it for a while, and then a pandemic happened, and they kind of said, oh, we're not doing it. And now I've heard that they're going to do it, but who knows? And Foxy is done. It's been a while since they've done the second one, so it's long overdue. And Foxy's going to be a loss for Christopher. So it's like neck and neck here. And Jack Torrance, who calls me to redo this thing, is number 27. Shame on him. Here comes Johnny. Yeah. Thanks a lot, Johnny. Thanks a lot. He was the reason why I had to redo it. I actually gave Nova Wraith a better person than him. So, I mean, and he was winning, but I didn't realize that the person I gave him was not on his team until he got eliminated. So thankfully it wasn't at the end, it was like halfway through it. Otherwise it would have been really bad. And, Victor Crowley is done, so that's going to be a loss for Nova Wraith, another big loss. Jason's 28. So we got Jason at 28 now. Oh, man. Deadly. Destructive. And that is not good. And look at him throwing people around already. So we are getting closer to the end on this one. And it's very neck and neck. And Nova Wraith has lost several key players, but he's still got a lot left. The Big Daddy one, the Victor Crowley one, Black Phillip, Evil Ash was actually very high overall, which a lot of them are. And the Collector going after Cyclops, and you got William Afton. Would love to see the Collector at Five Nights at Freddy's. That'd be crazy. That would be a crazy showdown. Five Nights at Freddy's versus the Collector. You know, the Collector's like, if you guys aren't familiar with the Collector, he's like Home Alone, but evil. He does a lot of Home Alone stuff. But he's sadistic, and he goes after people. But basically, the movie's premise is great because it's about a guy that's like down on his luck, and he's like he's kind of like a I don't know if he's like the groundskeeper or what he is, but William Afton is done. That's going to be a loss for Christopher, but also the Cyclops, which is a big loss for Nova. About 1 point off right now, but my count could be wrong. And Nightmare Bonnie's number 30, so another big player in Nova Wraith's team. And the Collector's basically this, there's a guy that works on houses or whatever, and a rich family's going away. He's down on his luck, so he decides while they're on vacation, he's going to break into the place. And then it turns out the Collector is torturing the family, and they're still in there, and he's got to make a moral decision if he wants to save the family or not. Because he owes people, loan sharks, money. And he's trying to, steal some stuff so he can pay off his debt. But then he goes toe-to-toe with the Collector, who has all these traps rigged in the house. So it's a crazy idea. It's a crazy idea. And it looks like we are down to 6. So my count may be off. So I don't know. I may have missed one. Look, wow, how did I miss the keeper? Or I didn't mark it. Christopher lost the keeper. So, and Beetlejuice is a loss for Christopher. So I definitely think I made a mistake somewhere on my list, because the only one that I see that's left on Team Christopher is Pennywise. He seems to be the only one left, and I think I may have marked someone wrong. It happens all the time. Or I may have thought somebody else was on another team. That's a possibility as well. But yeah, Bonnie's on Nova's team. Let me see if... yeah, Jason is. Jack is. And the Collector is. So all Christopher has left is Pennywise, the dancing clown. And we'll see if he can make it. And Jason is looks like he's, well, I don't think he's in trouble. Oh, maybe. We'll see. And Jack is finished, so that's going to be a loss for Nova. So Christopher better hope that Pennywise just hangs in there. And look at Bonnie going after Pennywise. So this is 4 remaining in this. And Christopher's got a 25% chance. I thought he was doing better than he was, but like I said, I missed the keeper. I missed some other people along the way. I had to go back and look. And looking at our final 4, that's all he has left is Pennywise. And Pennywise hanging in there. And Christopher really needs him to stay in. Christopher was unfortunate to go up against one of the best teams, I think. And, I mean, he did lose a lot of people. Nova Wraith lost tons of people going into this. Some of his best people are already gone, but... And there you go. His team wins. His team's just too good. And he didn't start off too hot, I don't think, but in the end, Nova Wraith still pulls it off. And he just had the better team on paper. And Pennywise could not just hang in there. And look at Bonnie. Oh, what a move there by the Collector. And the Collector versus Jason is our final showdown. So this is going to be a lot of fun. Now, poor Collector. You know, but he did take out Bonnie, which was a big surprise. I did not expect that. And look here. You have got to be kidding me. So the Collector wins. He beats Jason. Nova Wraith continues, is going to continue to the Elite 8 with one of the best teams by far. And the Collector, as impressive as you were, you're not going to WrestleMania. You're not. I mean, it was an impressive ending for the Collector, but you saw how far he came into this. So he's not going. I mean, the likelihood of him winning was very slim. And Christopher's team took out some key players. They took out some key players in this. But in the end, it just wasn't enough. I mean, there's nothing they could really do. A lot of them came in later on. And he had a lot of light heavyweights compared to Nova Wraith with the super heavyweights. But I don't think it mattered in this. Because you saw what the Collector did. He outsmarted everyone. But anyway, he's not going to WrestleMania, but Nova Wraith will be going to the Elite 8. So congratulations to him and his team. And I will see you all later. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And we have 3 more until we reach the Elite 8.